All right, it's about that time. 24-hour Fury pregame. You know, I might do that tonight. I've been meaning to put together a Spotify playlist curated by yours truly. And yeah, like I said, I might do that tonight. A lot of people have been fans of the pregame music. All right, so a lot to talk about in this matchup. Always a good time when Roadkill Esports hops in here. Shaq with the first shot. And Texas Aggie, the captain for Shenanigans, is able to put it away. Hell's right. Out of the corner, he loses possession. General, captain for Shaq Attack, loses the ball. Drops back to the orange corner. Shaq plays it up. Good pass there by Hossboss, and great clear there by Shenanigans. General off the wall. Shot here. This one might be goal. No! Texas Aggie misses high as Shaq 50s with Flowery Chimp. Hold on, double commit there. Aggie pops it straight up. No shooter there for Shaq Attack. Can we bet on the winner? I want points to get an animal fact. I'll run. Since we're scoreless, hold on. Texas Aggie. Since we're scoreless, I'll see about running a prediction. And the general, you know what? I have to cancel it. I was gonna do predictions, I promise. But now Shaq Attack with the lead. If the series ties up at some point, we'll do it. Remind me if that's the case. We get our first demo of the series and the first goal of the series. Shaq Attack now leading by 1. General facing off against 2 members of Shenanigans, and Texas Aggie's gonna clear it out against the wall. General turns around, gets a dunk. Hell's right is there, and he gets a clear of his own off the ceiling first. Hossboss rotating back long side as Hell's right's gonna test the defense there. Aggie pops it up back to himself and shanks it out wide right. Out to the corner. General lets it off his car. General tries to get a pass up to Hossboss. Isn't able to do so. Shaq with the big boom. Texas Aggie by himself gets a touch. Hossboss flying in to help it out. Shaq touches once more. The general can't get to it. Hossboss tries his hand, and Texas Aggie going the other way under 2 minutes. So coming into this game, Shaq Attack is averaging a little over a goal a game. So they're right on time in that regard. Saves have been there as well, a little over 2 a game. But it seems like this is the kind of game that Shaq Attack is comfortable playing. Shaq puts it to the corner. 50 out, other side of the field. Hell's right. He's flying. He's putting a shot on. Beats the last man back. Almost no hesitation there. Shaq gets caught out of position. Hell's right. Great touch. And great shot. General trying to keep the pressure, knocks it back. Shaq, look at the catch. Flowery Chimp will get a 50. Hossboss gets a touch. Now Shaq with the clear.
Get him a body bag! Yeah!
Flyery Chimp puts it out. That's shootable. Hossboss up in the air. Knocks it back to the General. General back to the corner. We may get overtime here. About 60 seconds left. As Aggie puts it against the sidewall. Hell's right. Chops it up the field. General cuts it off. Sporting the Fennec tonight. Texas Aggie pops it up. Hossboss goes up for the 50. Shaq can't get to it. Out to the corner. General's going the other way. Hell's Right's going to have to defend a 2v1 and does so beautifully. Out against the wall. Shaq has to turn on this. Flyery Chimp has some room to work with. Puts it against the wall. Tries to double. We remain tied. Half a minute remaining. Drops it down. Hossboss again has to settle for a 50. Hell's Right. Great play by him. No one home. Hell's Right. Lets it pass, and Shaq from midfield.
I wouldn't venture out there, fellas. This sniper's got talent.
15 seconds remaining. We were maybe thinking overtime. Had a 1-1 stalemate for a minute or two. But now Shenanigans is going to have to score in a hurry. Good offensive showing here. Flyery Chimp. One more possession. Still in trouble. And Shaq is able to get the clear, recognizing the danger. And Shaq Attack does take the lead on the series 1-0. Best of 5 tonight, of course. But it is week 6 next week. First round of the playoffs. People start getting eliminated. And semifinals is when we have the best of 7. Shaq with our MVP of game 1, 348. 1 goal, 1 save, 1 shot. Both teams ready to go here. So this division is pretty particular. 16 teams, so all teams will make it into the playoffs. Roadkill Shenanigans is the last ranked team currently. Shaq Attack ranked number 14, so you know, about every game in this division will have playoff implications, obviously, since everyone makes it. But Shenanigans still looking for that first win. They have this game and a bye week match where they will have the opportunity to get that, but Shaq Attack looking for their second win of the season tonight. Mike's no pro. Shaq's supposed to be a dunker, not a sniper. He'll do both. Actually, I was watching highlights from Shaquille O'Neal's first game with the Orlando Magic, and he shot a couple threes in that debut. So he might be able to snipe in his younger years. Flyery Chimp stops it around midfield. General bringing it across. General drops it down and save.
Impressive.
Hell's Right on defense. Hell's Right has been a bright spot tonight for Shenanigans. Hossboss, he gets robbed around midfield. The General gets the Chimp to turn around, and Flyery Chimp sends it across the field. Anybody's ball. General doesn't turn. Waits for some help at Hell's Right. Sends it towards the net, but a little wide. Hell's Right goes high. Backboard. And trouble here for Shaq Attack.
That's assault, brother.
Texas Aggie gets a demo in orange net. We have 2 shooters fly past the ball. And that should have been the tying score. They did everything right in that play, except for, of course, make the shot, make the goal. General drops it down. Shaq will get dunked himself. Hossboss getting back to it. Flowery Chimp with a good pass. Fake there. Texas Aggie is in. We are tied once more.
También se prepara este mangranero, el pirata, por cierto, las reacciones en el banquillo.
¡Ojo a Cristiano! ¡Cristiano del área! ¡Sigue Cristiano! ¡Gol!
Imagine if Rocket League had shootouts, if it went to overtime instead of first goal wins. That'd be interesting. I would like that. Not like I wouldn't want a full transition to that, but I definitely like that. I think I could play some defense in those situations. Shot there. General puts one on. Flowery Chimp has other ideas, gets a save, and here we are again, gridlocked 1-1. Hell's Right lets this one pass. Flowery Chimp crosses midfield, looking for the ball again. Good center. Needs some help, needs a shooter. Texas Aggie sends one on. Shaq to the back wall. Hell's Right sends it out. General trying to pick his shot. Waits for Flowery Chimp. Shaq helps it along. Great shot there. Double commit to clear. Demo in the net. And another save.
Impressive.
But another double commit. Pops up and away. Another shooter. No. Hossboss with possession. Flowery Chimp gonna double and keeps it off the backboard. Shaq Attack desperately needing a significant clear. General halfway there. Looks like Shenanigans sold out on that offensive sequence there. And you can't really blame them. They had a few good looks, a few opportunities.
Why would you kill him like that?
As we are now 60 seconds remaining, all too familiar territory considering the ending of game one. 50 out corner, dropping down to Flowery Chimp. General's gonna wait, gonna pick his shot again. Some patience here from the General tonight. Looks like he wants to really lean on his teammates, give them an opportunity to make some plays, to do the right thing. Hell's Right does it alone. 28 seconds remaining.
Can I get a oh yeah?
Hossboss at front post and wasn't ready for that particular angle from Hell's Right. Kymer joins us now, cheering on Shaq Attack. Watermelon eating time. Aggie pops it up at midfield. There's the cross. And another goal. That should be it for game number 2. We will run predictions in the intermission. Good pass and Flowery Chimp. Driving in with no regard for safety. Hell's Right keeping it, and no. So series tied 1-1. Heading into game number 3. So let me see what we got here. Okay, so we got predictions going. Neb, what? Neb wants the camera. We'll ready up here. Hell's Right MVP for that one. 465, 1 goal, 2 assists, and these have been very low scoring. And you don't need much to take one of these games. 3 goals from Shenanigans on that one. So by request, Predictions have been ran now that the series is tied, so maybe you can make an argument for the most recently winning team. That would be Roadkill Shenanigans. But it looks like a very even matchup. Shaq has some room to work with, puts it wide still, rolls up the wall. General drops it down out of the corner. Shaq has an opportunity, puts one on. Flowery Chimp sends it back in, and Hossboss looks like he was a little too far back to make a play on it.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Flowery Chimp goes for the dunk. General driving downfield, and he eats a 50. Flowery Chimp can't make a touch. Hossboss floats it up to no one in particular, and Hell's Right is there, and Hell's Right will just hop up on a whim. He has been dominating the air in this matchup. Double fake there. Hossboss to the sidewall. He gets robbed again. Hell's Right looking for someone to help out. Trying to get the pass as Hossboss goes airborne himself. Shaq up against the backboard, and Hossboss sends it high. Needed the shot back angled down a little more, at least something shootable, and Flowery Chimp just yanks it over to the left corner. General driving in. Uses the last of his boost trouble here for Shenanigans, and Hell's Right handled it beautifully. So 0-0, we keep rolling. Shaq with a great pass, and General misses it by inches. Great defense from Shenanigans, and that's what they were lacking in their game one loss. They were locked down for almost the entire game. Let 2 goals slip past, and that was the end of that. Hossboss driving around, and 50s up against the wall, back out into the field. Another demo. Hell's Right laying some fender down. Shaq does go for a dunk. Mike was wanting some dunking action from Shaq. Almost got it. General trying to take advantage, but you got to applaud. What a save there. You have to applaud the rotations, the positioning from RK Shenanigans. Out in the field, Texas Aggie, who has been quiet. He did get that save in the play before, so it looks like he just kind of same tactics as the General, perhaps. He just wants to unleash his teammates, see what they can do in Hell's Right and Flowery Chimp. Speak of the Devils coming around, good pass goes high, and they link up for the first goal of game number 3.
Mathematical!
Shenanigans leading by 1 goal now. 1:38 seconds left. A ton of back and forth. Both teams jockeying for position, but Shenanigans able to edge over them. General gets bumped off the play, and it's going to fall into the lap of Flowery Chimp, who's driving now, and Shaq is going to go airborne to knock that one loose. Hossboss takes the dunk as well. Shaq lays on a demo, puts that on the field. Hell's Right looking to take advantage. Needs to scoot it over. And miscommunication there by Shaq and the General. They get tied up in that back wall on the backboard. General going the other way. He's got a one-on-one with Flowery Chimp, and the General, a dunk of his own around midfield.
Jeepers, mister, you're really strong.
A double dunk if you want to really get into it. 52 seconds left, and a great individual effort there from the General. This one goes back to Hossboss, and he turns away, thinks better of it. Hell's Right will miss. Shaq has some space to work with, but Aggie jumps in the way of it.
Impressive.
In the transition, another demo, and Flowery Chimp will clean it up.
Would you look at that? Filthy. Absolutely filthy.
Hossboss wanted to play it on that back wall, goes a little too high. Texas Aggie with no hesitation just runs through the last defender. And you know what Flowery Chimp is about. He scores goal number 2, 25 seconds remaining. Chimp.
Yeah, but that backflip though.
A backflip off the wall, a rare, very rare. It does happen. But Shenanigans leading again. Hell's right, looking to carry it. Hossboss with the save, but they need another goal, but can't get out from their own end. As Hell's Right drops it down, Shenanigans now lead this series by 1, 2-1. And Hossboss, maybe a vehicle change for Hossboss. Oh, my baby boy, Sean X. I really, it's so cool to see people with the 12-month subscription. It's awesome. Okay, yeah, General does confirm the card change. Flowery Chimp now getting in on the action. Had a very, very good game. Called his name a ton.
It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
And Aggie says that he's not to be confused with Texas Aggie. Says that he's legally obligated to support Shenanigans. So no need to get lawyers or police involved or anyone. He's adhering to his legal obligation. And we are ready for game number 4. Down to this. Shenanigans. Shenanigans looking for their first win of the season.
Get him a body bag! Yeah!
We open up with a demo and a shot save. General and Hell's right on the play. Shaq goes in the backboard. General's already up for it, but he lets it pass. Texas Aggie drives it down. Looks like Hossboss switches to a Fennec. I believe he had the Octane before.
It's clobbering time!
As Shaq drives up for the save. Out of the corner, this was a struggling point for Shaq Attack in the series where they've lost. Hell's right. Swinging around another demo, but Shaq gets it up to the outlet, and the General has Texas Aggie hanging all over him. Hossboss flies up. Wins the 50, now to blue corner. Aggie drops it in. The General, no!
Impressive.
Hell's right has been so good this series on either end of the field. He's been there for defense. He's done a hell of a lot on offense. Having himself a good series. And remember, if you're just joining us, Shenanigans, they have an opportunity to end 2-4 on the season. Both teams already have a guaranteed spot into the playoffs. Good shot there by Shaq. Gets up high. With only 16 teams in Division 12. General gets up in the air. Flowery Chimp crosses midfield. Hell's right.
He shouldn't have been standing there.
Will get a great pass, but it'll cost him his life. Water falls down. No shooter there. Texas Aggie tries to do it alone. And this seems like business as usual. We've seen both these teams just back and forth at each other's throats. And still very low scoring. Z-Cuff, what up, Z-Cuff? Texas Aggie, look at the dribble, taking his time. He sees all three members of Shaq Attack ready to defend, and he opts for a slow play. Flowery Chimp crosses midfield. We're past 2 minutes now. Shaq does it by himself.
Encara Messi, 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 gol, 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 gol.
Two defenders. Flowery Chimp gets turned around the corner. Shaq diagnoses the problem and the confusion that Shenanigans was under and is able to exploit it. Flowery Chimp lays a bump on in the corner. Now for the cross. Trouble. Hossboss now with the save. And Hossboss comes back from a fresh car change, picks the 100 boost at mid, and jams it in on the back end of the play. Minute 25 remaining here. Shaq Attack looking to force game number 5 with a win here. Hell's right. Stops it in midfield. General playing out of the corner. Out in the field. Keeps going the other way. I see a defender at front post. It's Hell's right. Shaq comes in. Gets a dunk. And the General drives up the wall for a suicide touch. If he doesn't make that, it might be the first goal for Shenanigans.
Yeah, but that backflip though.
Texas Aggie tried to turn himself into a shot. A little too quick. And Shaq Attack really clamping down now, trying to pitch a shutout. Hell's right pops up. Driving down, close one there. A lot of play on the backboard. Hell's right goes flying empty-handed. Flowery Chimp, 50 out. That'd be a shot. Bangs around the crossbar, the post. Close one here.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Great 50 for Flowery Chimp. Cut the lead in half just in time. 18 seconds left. Chat, loving the action. Shot save. Dangerous play for Shaq Attack. General gets one more save. But they're not out of the woods yet. As soon as this hits the ground, we are good, and it is game number 5. We already ran predictions. You see everyone with their hard-earned channel points up for grabs in this one. And here it is. Shenanigans had all the momentum in the world. They lose game 1. They win games 2 and 3. And just like that, Shaq Attack is right back in it. Game number 5 up for grabs. Series is up for grabs. And it's all down to this. A monster dunk to start it out. Shaq driving around into the corner. And still trouble in the blue corner. General passes to himself. Hell's right is there. Hossboss sets something up. And a save there by Hell's right. And the chat is feeling it. Game number 5. They know what's at stake here. They've a lot of Rocket League players in the chat as well. And they know that the nerves can get flowing when game 5 comes around and Flowery Chimp is just gonna rifle it from the infield here and kill a man while he's at it. Shenanigans now leading by 1-0. I think historically in this series, the team that starts with the lead goes on to win the game, and we'll see if that trend can change here. YOLO G Gamer, appreciate the follow. Texas Aggie leading the way. Flowery Chimp following up right on the backside.
También se prepara Esteban Granero, el pirata, por cierto, las reacciones en el banquillo.
¡Ojo, Cristiano! ¡Cristiano del área! ¡Sigue Cristiano! ¡Gol!
Texas Aggie leading the way. That is the second or third time he has used a bump play, a demo or a demo attempt to clear the way for his teammates. And I'm sure the Chimp appreciates it. Chimp passes. Trouble here. Looks for a dunk and he gets it. The Chimp, that's the hat trick. 3-0. Ferrento says 2 goals, no problem. It's a little delayed.
Jeepers, mister, you're really strong.
3 goals, little problem. and it is what it is. This a 3, now 4 goal lead for any team in this matchup may have been a death sentence. We've seen a number of these games in the series being decided by a goal, maybe 2, and neither team have been able to mount a comeback when they've been down in this series, and I think that's a credit to both squads. Flowery Chimp back in, Hell's right, dribbling, he gets dunked by Shaq, and the only saving grace for Shaq Attack is that there's a lot of time left, and Hossboss is going to try to start a rally here.
Can I get a oh yeah?
Aggie says, Texas Aggie yelling in the other room is really ruining the element of surprise for me. Those 2 men are roommates, obviously, and Aggie, go shut his door or something. I don't want your viewing experience to be ruined on his account. Nevi says, crack that egg. General floats it over. He could get a shooter on the other side. It's Hossboss in the corner. Looking to rotate back. Shaq with a touch. That might be goal number 5, and it is. Hell's right.
I wouldn't venture out there, fellas. This sniper's got talent.
What distance, what an angle, what speed. 5-1. I'm his fiance. Okay, technically still roommates. Technically still roommates. I wasn't wrong. And the door is shut and on the other side of the house. Oh geez. Well, we will have a post-game interview with one of these captains regardless of who wins. Hossboss driving in. The general. Okay, so the legal obligation makes more sense now, but I don't think it's until you're actually married where you have a legal obligation. But then again, Texas common law marriages are, it doesn't really take too much to spark one of those. There's Shaq, good shot there, and great save.
Impressive.
Texas Aggie off the backboard. Flowery Chimp sends it out in the field. The general turns first. Hossboss driving from infield, and look at the movement here from Shenanigans. Even when they're not able to get a decisive touch, they're able to move it around the field, keep Shaq Attack guessing when they're looking for a goal. Flowery Chimp dropping it down. Hossboss with the save, going the other way, picks up 100. He has Texas Aggie waiting for him in the goal, and a save there by Flowery Chimp. Texas uses prearranged marriage. Maybe some of them. Even though I live in Seattle, my marriage certificate is from Texas. It's a Texas marriage license. Good dunk from Flowery, and about 60 seconds left. This one is just about over, folks. 3-goal differential. Shaq Attack were able to rattle off 2 goals, but not much more than that, and we have to give credit there to Shenanigans. Osboss backtracking. Almost goal number 6 there, now 40 seconds down. I used to live in Silverdale. I don't miss it. No way. Well, did you, hold it, here's the question. Did you grow up in Silverdale though? Because I think people from the Pacific Northwest and people from like Texas and sunny, hot states, what a play. Flowery Chimp, hell's right. They have been pedal to the metal 100 miles per hour.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Ever since Game 5 ticked off. And they are not letting up even in the final seconds. Shaq will get one in, but 6-3. This one is over. Just a formality. As I said, both teams are going to be in the playoffs, and they really just got to get ready for next week's games and ready for week 1 of the postseason. Born in Bremerton, grew up in Texas. Ex-husband was stationed in Silverdale. Washington is too cold, but the summers are perfect. The summers are so good. Yeah, that too, and by comparison. All right, before we start talking about the weather, RK Shenanigans are able to get their first win of the season on my channel of all places. And I'll be calling Texas Aggie. There he is. Aggie.
What's up?
All right. I have your fiance is in the chat. She said you were yelling like a madman across the house.
I mean, I'm always loud. She just gets to deal with it. So
Okay.
I mean,
no,
I guess
I don't think she was complaining. I think she's just being informational. But congrats on the win. What do your teammates think of all this yelling that you take part in?
I mean, we're all yelling. We're yelling equally.
That's very interesting to hear. Sometimes you have teams where it's like, oh, he's the hype guy. We kind of keep it quiet, or we're all quiet, and then you guys just all yelling nonstop. Is that?
I mean, that's pretty much what it was. It was if I'm not yelling, somebody else is yelling, and then we're just like yelling like they touched the ball or something like that.
Right. That was gonna be my next question. Is it both in celebration and in regret and frustration?
Yes and no. I mean, overall, there was just a lot of emotions, to be honest. There was everything was going on. There was just trying to be in the moment.
Right. So rough. Let's just talk about it a little bit. A rough season so far. Your first win. How does it feel? And how, aside from the obvious, how's the rest of the season been?
So we actually had a roster change mid-season because it wasn't going all that good. Like Chimp actually came in almost halfway through the season. So, and this is our second or third match, I think.
Okay.
Together as playing as a team. So we've managed to kind of figure each other out. And tonight was we played the best Rocket League we've played in a while. So I guess we figured each other's rhythm out.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like obviously this one, it came down to game number 5. How do you, are you guys comfortable in game 5s, or you personally?
Oh yeah, we were very comfortable. We came in. No offense to the other team, they're a really good team.
Yeah.
But our mentality is we're gonna win every game, whether we lose it or not. If we lose the game before, we're gonna come in next game. We're gonna win this one, and then that's how we play, and hope for the best, basically.
Right. Well, no, that was one of the things that really jumped off the screen when we got to game number 5 is, you know, you seem to be pretty passive, letting Hell's Right and Chimp just kind of do their thing. And then you know, obviously jumping in when necessary, but Hell's and Chimp, especially Chimp, I think he opened up with a hat trick, you know, within 60 seconds. And yeah, I think that set the tone for you guys and really showed, you know, myself and the viewers just how serious you were taking, you know, the series game 5, and yeah, it really showed.
Yeah, and I mean, for the most part, I'm actually more of a defensive player than I am offense, so I have no problem letting them do that if it means that I can make sure our goal stays clear. Right,
yeah, a lot of captains tend to have that play style, and it's what seems to work. You know, Chimp and Hells, they didn't mind, you know, stepping up, being a little more aggressive, playing off one another. They did have their team plays as well, but you know, credit to you. You had some demo plays, some bump plays. Is that something you like to get going, or were they just open there for you tonight?
I just love me some demos. There's no way around that. I just love me.
Right.
So, I mean, they gave me the opportunities to get a little love tap out of it.
Right. So we ran the predictions. We had my boy Sam come in and request them. So let me close those out right now while I have you. And my goodness, 1% support for Roadkill Shenanigans, 99% for Shaq Attack. So
we beat the odds.
Beat the odds. Actually, who was? Let me. It was the fiance representing. She said she had a legal obligation. I said, you know, if you're engaged, you know, maybe not so much. But once you're married, yeah, you got to come in. You got to throw down channel points every time. You can't miss a game. She has to watch every time. You guys have, you know, I've casted you guys before, and I thought it was like your roommate or something. I don't know his fiance. She corrected me in the chat here.
Yeah, and I actually used to be part of Radiance. I ended up moving to Arcade for this new circuit.
Okay,
so this is a brand new team that we're playing in this year. And not to mention last circuit was Tier 3. So this is my first circuit playing in Tier 2.
Okay. How's it been going? It's hard. It's hard moving up there.
It's a grind.
Yeah.
It's a hard grind.
Yeah, you really have to figure some things out. When just it's that first season. It's that first season that's always the skill gap is really big from C2 to GC1, because there's high GC1s that are playing in Tier 2, obviously, and you feel it. You feel it in speed and mechanics, in you know, game sense, really just all across the board. It's really hard to adjust to. But you know, a silver lining for you guys, you have the personnel switch a few weeks ago, as you were saying, and every team in this division is guaranteed a playoff spot. So you know, the way things are trending for you guys, since you're already in, yeah, maybe you'll make some noise. You will be matched up against a top 3 team, but it should be an interesting route to go.
And I mean, we have one more. We have a bye week match that we have to do before the end of the circuit, so we're hoping to get a win out of that one and then take that momentum into the playoffs. Right,
exactly. You know, if there's one time to get hot, you know, it would be, you know, week 6. You guys have a bye week match floating around still, right?
Yes, we have one more that I'm still trying to get that one set up before the end of this week. So, and then after that, it's playoffs.
Right. But yeah, good luck. You know, you win tonight. You guys looked good. You win that bye week, and yeah, you go in with a ton of momentum. And I have seen it. I have casted the matches on here, I have seen, you know, number 1 seeds go down in round 1. You know, it happens. I don't know if it's, and more often than not, it's usually the undefeated teams as well. You know, an argument can be made that they're untested or maybe looking past the opponents, and they'll just drop them. Oh, Vaughn with the VIP. Right.
Need that Cinderella story.
Right. So the last question I have for you is, who are we giving the game ball to? I know it's hard. I know you love your guys, but who are we dropping it on tonight? The MVP of the series.
I think the MVP overall was Chimp. He was there when we needed him. He had those clears, he had those saves, and he was still really aggressive with those shots and getting them those goals, especially Game 5. He just blew everything. I think he like literally caught fire and was no way to shut him down.
Right, and like you were saying, when you needed it, Game 5, it's just like we blinked and he had 3 goals, and that is it means so much. You love having those players on your team that rise to the occasion, take the pressure off, you know, the other 2 members, and it lets you just kind of coast, because leading up to that, all games were decided by a goal or 2. And it was the first time either team had a 3-goal advantage, and you guys really leaned on it, you know, for the rest of the game, in that 5th game.
Yes, sir.
But yeah,
it was fun, though.
What's that?
It was fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun. We had fun with it in the chat. Good talking to you. Congrats.